Today we talk about rolling coal. What is it? Hello legends and super legends, welcome to Veloharmony. Today's video is unusual in that it started with a conversation between one of our longest subscribers, enduring subscribers. His name is Cycle Warrior X, his handle on YouTube. And I got a text from him, so I'm just gonna sit down and get into it. I got a text from him that said, I didn't know rolling coal was a thing. And he says, now I know. I'm going to read verbatim what it said. He said, now I do. He said, I didn't know rolling coal was a thing. Now I do. I decided to use that as the title for this video. What is that? I didn't know either. So he and I were in the same boat. We had a lengthy text conversation. And basically what apparently this was about is that our local paper, Houston Chronicle, reported that a teen on this gone Saturday, September 25th, ran over 6 cyclists. And then they claimed that somebody posted on, I think, Twitter or Facebook, probably Twitter, that he got away free. And so when I was conversating with Cycle Warrior X, I made it clear that no, he didn't. What happened is that he was released into the custody of his parents. That's another thing that annoys me a lot. Had he been my color or brown or black or whatever color they have, they would have arrested him and put him in jail. They wouldn't have released him to his parents. That's the inconsistency America has to clean up if we are to take them seriously. That's the mess I can't stand. That notwithstanding, I digress. Yeah, he was released into the custody of his parents, which is the way it should be when a minor has created a scenario where, well, no one died at the scene, but people were seriously hurt. So they couldn't just let him go. If his parents had not shown up, he would have been held by the police. But since they showed up, so obviously he lives in the Waller area. We ride out there. It's not that far from where we ride. Prairie View A&M University is there. They've had other incidents where some guy hit some cyclists many years ago. He's serving capital murder life sentence right now in the Texas penal system. So there's a lot of stupid people that run out, don't know what they're doing. This unfortunate case is a 16-year-old who probably just got his driver's license. He's out there in a truck bought by mom and dad, rolling coal. What is that? I typed it in on Google and it's a thing. This has been going on for a long time. It's not just about cyclists. They drive their trucks, they modify the trucks, diesel trucks, to intentionally put out toxic fumes that poison the air. All of us breathe, them included. Go figure that one out. So they protest those who are trying to do something about the environment, meaning if you drive a Tesla or a Prius, we're going to come in front of you on the road, sometimes braking dangerously, which is akin to reckless driving, and then accelerating hard enough so that we blow these diesel fumes. In order to do that, they intentionally, some of them, they remove the catalytic converters or whatever it may be on these vehicles to clean up the fumes, and they modify their vehicles to intentionally pump an exorbitant amount of diesel fuel in the system that allows unprocessed fumes to come out than what the car was originally designed to do. So they go out of their way to modify their cars to poison the air they breathe, like they got spare air somewhere else as a protest. They do that on people, pedestrians, cyclists, whatever. This is a thing. People want to know how to modify their car to do that. Well, there are several states in the union, Colorado being one of them, Utah, no California, to where it is illegal. It is illegal federally because it contradicts the Clean Air Act, although it is not actively being enforced, that these yahoos are running around polluting the air we breathe. It's bad enough they want to do that, but what makes them think that when you're out there walking, jogging, riding your bike, driving your convertible or whatever, that you want them to poison you? So the next time you hear about somebody being shot, don't cry, oh, that's a lot of crime. You don't really know what caused them to get shot because this is Texas. We're all packing. We can carry a weapon in the open without a license to carry. Now, in this state, you don't need a carry license. You just need a gun that you're licensed to have, and you can carry it anywhere. Everybody's packing. So when you hear them messing with people and they get shot, all you hear is somebody got shot. You don't get the details. That's why I don't listen to those reports, because my parents told me, and I've told my kids, don't go out there messing with people. You don't know who you're going to run into. You might run into somebody having a really bad day. You do something like you consider to be minor, and they escalate it and make it fatal. That's what happens all the time around here. They get shot in traffic all the time because they want to cut somebody off just to prove a point or whatever. Because God forbid they should cruise. That's the kind of crap we're dealing with. So the reason I got into it was it's very annoying, and I had to explain the cycle, which is why I'm making this video, is that nobody gets away with anything. So the news reporter are saying that he wasn't arrested. That doesn't mean he's off the hook. Think about it. Would you want to be that guy in that household today? You're 16 years old. Mom and dad had to come on the road to rescue you from the officers, and they saw 6 people that you just hit with life flight sitting waiting to carry them, ambulance there, and 6 figures worth of bicycles that you just ran over. They were training for a triathlon. These bicycles, $15,000, $20,000 a pop. So guess what? This is the United States. It's one of the few countries in the world. It's not the only one. But here we sue. Whether he gets arrested, go to juvenile hall, whatever, who gives the rats behind? He's going to pay for the pain and suffering those people are going through. He's going to pay for those bicycles that he damaged. He's going to pay for the hospital bills, everything else they encounter. He will pay, he and his family. That means mom and dad. Why do you think in the report that said they reached out to the attorney for the family, but there was no comment? Why do you think mom and dad went and got an attorney? Because they know what's coming. Nobody just goes and starts paying an attorney. Attorneys aren't cheap. Trust me. I know. I'm still paying one. They're not cheap. So mom and dad knows what's coming. You think he's going to be having a happy celebration at home? No, I don't think so. Especially when dad finds out that you were just out messing around. His driving skills were a factor. You can't drive already. Then you want to blast off in front of somebody, hit the brakes, and roll coal on them. You guys have seen it on some of our videos. Those idiots would do that. I didn't know it was a thing. One of the subscribers had to make a comment that, I don't remember what he said. I'd have to go look up the comments. But I didn't know it was a thing. I don't go online looking for things that stupid people do, because that's what I consider it. It's ignorant. You want to protest, but don't infringe on someone else's escapades when they're out there and living their life. What gives you the right? That's what I'm talking about. So, regardless of what you may think, somebody cutting you off in traffic or in your car or whatever, there is always a price to pay. Because remember, they may cut you off and you think, oh, if they cut me off, I got to do something. No, don't bother. If they keep cutting people off, they might cut off the wrong person, or they might cut off and create an accident. So there's always a price to pay when people do something. We are conscionable human beings. Nobody gets away with anything. You do something bad, even if somebody doesn't see you, you have to live with that. You don't just murder somebody and go sleep peacefully. Doesn't happen. There's always a price to pay. Just know that. So the next time somebody's doing stuff, don't go out of your way to feel like I have to retaliate necessarily. You may not see it, but they pay a price. He's going to be paying a price for the rest of his days, because why? Those people are going to hire attorneys. You've heard about ambulance chasers. Yes, this was a traffic accident in a vehicle. Vehicles are killers. That's why in Texas you have to carry financial responsibility. So the first thing that's going to happen is those lawyers are going to contact the insurance carrier on his vehicle he was driving, because guess what? They got to pay for all that damage, hospital, all the stuff I talked about. Then if it's not enough, they're going to go after mom and dad's assets. That's why mom and dad got an attorney. How do you think that 16-year-old is going to be, his popularity in that home right now? I know where I grew up, I wouldn't be able to sit down. But I guess based on how I was raised, I wasn't going to be out there doing stupid stuff like that. Because back in the day, you got a whooping. Not a whipping, a whooping. And that's what we need more of. We got these kids running around irresponsible. Parents know their children. You got a stupid child, don't put him behind the wheel. That's a weapon. Those things kill 2,500 people every day in this U.S. that we know about, in these United States. It's a dangerous vehicle. That's why we are required to carry financial responsibility. Stop getting your kids out there before they are mature enough to operate the vehicle sensibly. He needed more growing up before doing that, because what he did was stupid. Now it's going to affect everything he knows. He's going to get a rude awakening. Now, I'm not even talking about the criminal consequences, because that's reckless driving. They didn't let him go. His parents took him home. They made a note of it. If he had no parents there, like I said earlier, he'd be in custody for his own protection. So no, he didn't get away with nothing. It's coming. And even if that doesn't come, all the civil stuff I talk about, that truck will probably have to be sold to pay for some of the bills. If mom and dad little nest egg, they're going to have to be tapping in it. So he ain't going to be popular in the household for a very long time. 16 years old, he's going to get a rude awakening. I wanted to talk about that because this crap has happened twice on our ride that we taped. And so I know it's out there. I didn't know it was a thing, but it is. They're not after cyclists. They're just ignorant people looking for the wrong kind of attention. Because the only kind of attention you're going to get if you cut in front of somebody in their convertible because it's a Tesla and done with black smoke is a negative reaction. It's the same thing. If somebody's jogging, you do that. So what do? They get flipped off. Who drives down the road wanting people to flip them off? You have to be an idiot, like Forrest Gump says. Stupid is as stupid does. So it's dumb because I don't consider it to be a sign of protest. What are you protesting? You're protesting that we want the air to be clean for all of us to breathe? Really? Come on, man. So that's what it's about. So somebody posted on the channel after the last video that this had happened, and I said, I'm too busy living. I hope they got enough space in jail for that. Because I said, be careful, somebody just intentionally. No, he did not intentionally run over those cyclists. He was messing around, and his lack of skills, he lost control of the vehicle. That's what I believe. At 16, how much driving he's been doing? They can barely operate the vehicle. This driver's ed they have is a joke. He needed more skill to be able to operate a vehicle properly, but then he wanted to go compound it by trying to do something he saw or heard about someone else doing, because there was a cyclist there, another cyclist that said he had been rolling coal or black smoke on a bunch of cyclists. So he was going after the next group to do it too when he lost control and ran into 6 of them. So now his life, as he knows it, is different. This is not about the criminal side. I'm talking about money-wise. College? Question mark. Because they're coming after that fund that mom and dad put away. So there's always a price to pay. Be careful out there, but don't stop living because there are stupid people out there. Just be as safe as you can and get busy living. No matter what, keep getting your K's in.